Hey, welcome to Chattin with Maxi. I'm Maxi, and I am super glad you're here. So I took a little break. I meant for it to just be the month of July, and here we are, the beginning of October. Whoopsie daisy. But now's the right time for me to come back. If I would have came back sooner, it wouldn't have been the right time. If I would have came back later, wouldn't have been the right time. So here I am, season 2. Chatting with Maxi. We're gonna keep chatting it up, friends. We're gonna chat it up. Listen, I wrote a few things down that I want to share with you, and then I'm just gonna talk to you some. Okay, let's go. So here's my hope with season 2 and with this YouTube channel. It is a little different than my podcast, and we'll get into that at a little later time. My hope for this Chat with Maxi channel is for it to be like a FaceTime call, like me calling you guys up. We're FaceTiming, and I just share a little bit of me. I share some funny stories. We'll share whatever we're supposed to share on that episode, but I always want to leave you with a little devotional. And when I say little, I just mean the length of time. I do not mean in the power or how it can be applied. I want that to be in abundance to you. So the devotionals that I share, I want them to just be from the overflow of the study and the time that I've had with God that's been intentional, just me and him time. And yeah, that's the hope this round, this season. I want it to be overflow from what I'm studying. Okay. And I'm gonna tackle a few personal topics that I've put off for a long time, but God just has been continuously prompting me. It's time to share. It's time to share. It's time to share. And it's time to share because there are other people out there that it can encourage, that it can help, right? So we overcome the enemy by the blood of the Lamb, which that was Jesus, and by the word of our testimony. Ooh. So I'm gonna do that some this season. Okay. So anyway, so FaceTime call, like I'm just calling you. Hey, and maybe you're strolling through Walmart. You're one of those people that take FaceTime calls through Walmart. It's okay, whatever. I mean, you do you. Okay. So anyways, I'm gonna continue to share about my faith, both the past and present, and where I hope it's going in the future. And I've been thinking about things in the past that I want to share with you, the journey of where I am now, and just some of the stuff that I used to do or believe, or anyways, you learn as you go, right? So like a baby doesn't come out of the womb and knowing everything, knowing how to walk, how to talk, knowing everything. No, they scoot, and then they crawl, then they walk. And when they walk at first, they're a little unsteady. You want to sing that song, I'm a little unsteady. Anyways, so they're a little unsteady, and then they get more and more confident because they learn how to balance themselves. They learn how to navigate around objects. And it's like that a lot in our Christian walk. We're babies in the faith. When we first accept Christ, and when we're learning, right, we're babies and we grow, we go through those stages of growth. And I believe it talks about in the word, from milk to the meat of the word, and of living for Christ, right? So, and I'm not max capacity. You don't get there. You continuously learn and grow. And yeah, and we really are like pottery on the potter's wheel, right? We're like clay. He's molding us and shaping us, so we're continuously in growth. Yeah, so I don't know. That was not on my little script. And I wasn't going to go off script yet, but I did. So anyways, I want to share some of that stuff with you, because for a few reasons. One, we see people now, especially with social media, we see a lot of people, and I just want to remind people to like give them some grace, because they might be babies learning, But then I also want to encourage people, if you're if you're a mature Christian, then let's reflect that in what we post and such. But anyways, here we go. So I'm going to continue to just be me. Politically incorrect. There will be mistakes. This is where people can be imperfect, and that's okay, really, because no one's perfect. And so yeah, and let me just touch on the political incorrectness for a minute. I just want to remind you that sometimes it's out of like, I don't know any better and I don't mean to, and sometimes it's out of like, that's me, like that is me. So what's that? Oh gosh. But anyways, I will identify that for you when those times come up, okay? Um Listen, so since starting this, I started one in January and one in March. I forget the podcast and this. And I've got different reactions from different people. Overall, been super supportive and encouraging. Got a few like weird looks or comments, and that's fine. That's whatever. But at 47 years old, I have learned to embrace my weirdness. Um, it's okay. I'm giving it a hug. It's fine. At 47, a lot of things about me have changed and are changing. And I'm just going to say it. At 47, even there's some changes taking place that take place in women at different times in their life. And so, yeah, I'm starting those. So there's a fan in the bedroom. I've started some vitamins that are supposed to help me. We'll talk about that more at a later time, but I mean, you may really get unfiltered Maxi now. Gosh, buckle up. Okay, so anyways, just as a reminder, I'm not a preacher, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a theologian, I've never been to seminary. I'm still learning and growing. I encourage you to get plugged in and go faithfully to a local church. Made a big difference in my life. There's lots of services even offered online now, so make the time to watch those weekly. That's what we're doing at this time in our life for different reasons, that are private, that are personal. There's no secret shade to it. It just involves other people, and and I'm not here to talk about other people. I'm here to talk about me. So anyways, there'll be times that I get it wrong. Yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And I have a couple people that watch this. And if I have said something biblically incorrect, I've given them permission to correct me on it. Then I'll come back on and correct you guys as well. But also, there are times we're just going to have differences of opinions. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Someone near and dear to me doesn't like pizza. Shocking? Yes. But I still love her, right? We have other things that we have in common that we can talk about and connect on. We both like nachos. Okay. So you get where I'm going with that little funny joke. Like, it's okay. We don't have to agree on every single thing. Remember, I told you in season 1 that I'm at a point where I'm just pretty selective with where my energy goes, like my attention. When I say energy, I'm not trying to be all hippie-ish. I'm being like legit for real, my like energy, attention. Like if it takes effort, like I am pretty selective and I guard it pretty tight now. So I'm not going to get worked up with you. I'm not going to get worked up over a lot of stuff and argue with you back and forth. No, I don't have time for that. Well, I don't have the want to. I have the time now. I could. And if you catch me on the wrong day, I might, but I hope not. I don't have the need to be right anymore. I'm not saying it never, comes up once in a while. It does. And I have to remind myself, does it matter if you're right or wrong? Does it matter? No, because it won't change how the other person's thinking or what they're going to do. But I can pray for them and I can let them learn on their own. Okay, That was beautiful. Again, not in my notes, but that was just coming at you. I'll be posting new episodes every Wednesday. Now, you might notice other things being posted on the page. Check them out too. My hope is that I can do more visual interviews with my podcast guests. Visual. I'm going to use Zoom and do more podcast conversations on Zoom and then share those on the YouTube channel as well. And I'll probably place them on the channel on Thursdays. And just our FaceTime call together will still be on Wednesdays. And then I'm doing some little, I've got to quit using that word all the time. I use it too much. I'm doing some recordings of some things, and I'm going to share them outside of this. So really just look at the description. If you have a question, just shoot me a text or a message and I'll tell you, or pop on it and watch it. Hey, don't forget to hit your little bell so you'll get a notification when there's something new loaded to the channel. And don't forget to subscribe. I need 19 more subscribers to reach my first goal. So don't forget to do that for me and to share it with your friends and encourage them to do so. That was an early plug. So, yeah, going to try to make the best of our time together. Let me turn the page here of my notey notes. Oh, let me be sure to stress this too. Though I'm a little bit more relaxed this season, not near as nervous as I was in season 1, it's still like I'm doing this afraid. So I just want to encourage you that whatever it is that you've been wanting to do, first of all, pray about it. Really seek the Lord and ask Him, is it right? And make sure you're committing it unto Him and it'll bring Him glory, and then do it. Like we grow out of our comfort zones. So there's this trainer that Rye's been working with, and he actually has a little ad. I use that term loosely because there's no money being exchanged. We are all very passionate about what this trainer has to offer athletes and how much he's influenced Rye for the good. So anyways, he says, remember, I think it's discomfort breeds success is what he says. I mean, I have to agree with him on that, right? So just know that I want to encourage you to be people that do things afraid, that do hard things afraid. Don't let fear become a roadblock to everything you want to do. Okay, still learning. I have been studying a lot on being willing and obedient, and that's where I'm at right now in my walk with Christ is while I'm abiding in Him, I want to be willing and obedient. Just whatever He says to do, however He guides me, whatever He puts before me, I don't want hesitation. I just want to be obedient. And so I'm studying that quite a bit. And so you'll hear more about that as well. And at the end of each episode, we're going to, of course, do our devotional. And then I'm going to try to leave you with 3 recommendations. And they will vary. It could be recommendations of food or podcasts or music or sermons or a brand, or just 3 recommendations. And so let's go. Now, I did want to ask too, if anyone's interested, I'm on the YouVersion Bible app. And somehow you can be friends with people on there. I don't have that mastered, but they have some really great Bible study plans. And I like to do those with other people. One, it holds me accountable. And then there's like a little chat area. So if that's something you're interested in, find me on there. This will, I think, shock you. My name's Maxetta Gad. Maybe it's MGAD. I don't know. At one time, it was Lynn Gad, because I tried to enter Maxetta and it wouldn't accept it. Like, I don't know if it thought I was lying. I don't know. But I think I've since updated it. But reach out to me. Maybe we can do some they're just like 3-day plans, 5-day plans. And just something to encourage us and keep us going in the direction that's best for us. Okay. What else? What y'all been doing? What have you all been doing? Okay, I'm going to share this with you. So, when I decided to take a little break in June, I really was like, I needed just some time off in the summer. Little did I know, things were about to go. Um, so July was good, just kind of chilled, and yeah, it was good. So August came around, and it was like, whew. I mean, so when the kids were younger, I knew how to operate in like chaos and in busyness. And when I had lots of different dishes spinning, I knew how to spin them without letting any of them fall, without letting, having any busted plates. I was the queen juggler. I mean, I could do it. You get out of practice, because we're like empty nesters, kind of, sort of, semi. Y'all know that story. Our oldest is he lives here, but his work schedule, he's not here very much. Um, and then when he's off, he's with people his own age. Well, now he's with a special little lady we'll talk about in just a minute. Ooh. But so we consider ourselves empty nesters. We plan meals for two. We shop for two. I mean, yeah. So anyways, I had gotten out of practice about a year. I haven't had to like have plates spinning or juggling different things for a while. And then it all hit me in August. There was like stuff going every which way. I mean, every which way. A lot of it was unexpected. Um, oh goodness. There's just a lot going on. I can't share about everything again because some of it involves other people. And in a small town, it doesn't take a lot to put puzzle pieces together and figure out who we're talking about. And so this particular person is very private and she doesn't want me to share a whole lot, so I'm not going to. So anyways, there was a lot going on. So one thing that happened was, y'all know our youngest son was at AB at Alderson Broaddus University last year and he went to school on an athletic scholarship. He played basketball. His scholarship was for basketball, and he loved it. He loved it. Loved the coaching staff, the team players, his teammates. That's what I was trying to get out. He just loved everything about it. He loved the littleness of Philippi. He was very happy. He had trained since last season. As soon as the season ends, they get about 2 weeks off, and then you start again preparing. Champions are made in the off season. So, anyways, started preparing, started working with this trainer that we like so much. It's OAB basketball, and we highly recommend him. He has online trainings, virtual trainings, YouTube. You can find him on any social medias, but there's a little plug for you. I'm trying to get a free sweatshirt. Just kidding. So he had been working in the way that was going to benefit the plays and the team at AB. So anyways, we knew that this would probably be his last year at AB because we knew that probably at the end of this year, the school was having some financial issues. There was a possibility they would not reopen. We did not know. We did not know, nor did his basketball coach, and that is the truth, that closing was going to come much sooner and much more abruptly. Now, thankfully, we did have someone that was telling us throughout the summer, hey, heads up, heads up, heads up. But then it looked like they were going to work it out. And then suddenly it was a Monday. That Monday morning, it was posted all over the news, emergency meeting, and at 3:00 for AB. And by about 3:15, we learned that closed. Hell, well. So there's a lot of factors. A lot. So there was a lot of people unemployed and they were looking for other jobs. And there's a lot of relationships that were built as well. And like the teammates didn't really get closure. I mean, they all talked and they did some FaceTime calls, Zoom calls, all of that jazz. But yeah, so I mean, it was tough stuff now. And remember, he was going to school on a scholarship. So you got to hustle and bustle. And the first thing we did was pray. Prayed, God, this is way bigger than us. Uh, Anyways, we prayed. And just within a few hours of closing, honest to Pete, I'm not making this up. He had multiple calls, emails, texts from different coaches and such. And anyways, I'm trying to shorten this story. We went the Wednesday, like we learned of the closing on Monday. That Wednesday, we went to tour another school. They offered him, he loved it. He loved the facilities, everything about it. And if he couldn't be at AB, he wanted to be at this school. So then we moved him. So that was Wednesday. The following Saturday, we moved him in there. So there was a lot of hustle and bustle. I'm wrong. We went back. No, we did financial aid. We did admissions. We did registering for classes, all of that jazz. The Wednesday that we went for a tour, when he determined this is where I want to go, then we said, let's get her all done today. So then we moved him in that following Saturday, and he started classes Monday. So, and he did get an offer. He gets to play ball. And so really everything worked out really well for him. But it's one of those situations where you're grieving, like, I mean, you're sad, like he misses his teammates, he misses the coaches and the trainers and such from AB. But then on this hand, we're celebrating and so grateful and so appreciative because he loves the new school that he's at. He's getting to know new teammates and friends and the coaching staff there. So he's very happy. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean he's not still sad about AB, but he's just very happy that, since this wasn't an option, this is. And so it worked out well. And we praise God for that. We give him all the glory. And his coach from AB actually got a job at the school that he's at now. He's not on the coaching staff, but at least they can still see one another. They talk frequently. And that was a big deal for us. We just couldn't be more pleased with how everything has worked out. Yeah. And he's playing at a school that the assistant coach and him have a great relationship, have known each other for years. So everything has worked out well. Everything's worked out really well. But it just was really fast. It's like, whoo, whoo, whoo. I mean, it was really fast. So we had that going on. I remember August, most importantly, we were anticipating the arrival of our first grandchild. And friends, let me tell you, I will not tell all the story. That's her mom's story to tell. But I'm going to tell you Mama's version, okay? That's what you can call me now. I'm back in season 2. I'm a year older. I'm 47 now, and I'm a grandma. Yay. I like both of those things. It's fine. And I don't know if I should say this part. And I could go from hot to cold in just a few minutes. Some y'all understand, some don't. It's okay. It's okay. You will someday. So anyways, Renly Hope Gadd is our granddaughter's name. She was born August the 20th at 5:30 a.m. She weighed 8 pounds and 2 ounces. Oh my goodness. And her mommy is teeny tiny. She was such a champ during her pregnancy, especially the ending of it. She couldn't hardly breathe. I mean, she couldn't move. Whew. But everything went well. When she first arrived, she did have to be in the NICU for just a little bit. But let me tell you, she is a strong, brave, healthy little girl from the get-go. So she wasn't in there very long. And golly, just I really can't find the words. I'm not kidding you. A lot of my friends that are grandparents said, "Oh, just wait. Like there's just nothing like it." And it's not a matter of more. It's not that I love her more than my kids or my kids more than her. It's not a competition or a more. It's a different love and different feelings. I'm telling you what, you guys, I love every minute I get to be with her. And I do get to be with her plenty. Things are working out really well. I'm super proud of our son. He is like super dad, and Renly's mom is super mom. And I'm just proud of both of them. And it does jerk at your heart a little bit when you see your child parenting, so when I see him in dad mode and holding her and changing her diaper and making bottles and just everything, changing her clothes, and just it does something to you. I'm telling you. Oh gosh, I'm a happy mamaw. I don't know what she'll call me. I don't know if she'll call me mamaw, Grammy. I don't care. I don't care. I will answer to whatever she chooses to call me. So, so you'll hear a little bit about her along the way too, but I just love her so much. I just love her so much. I just love her so much. She's perfect. She has a head full of black hair and it's so pretty. Now she got that from her mom. She has Price's big hands and feet, and she's beautiful. I mean, she's just oh, she has these cute little cheeks you just can't get enough of. Um, golly, golly, I'm not kidding you. When I have her or she's around, like, I don't worry about anything else. I don't care, like, what my bank account says. I do not care what obligations I have. I don't care what's on TV. I don't even TikTok when I have her. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't nothing else matters but, like, feeling her little skin, hearing her little coos, and smelling her. Oh, her mommy always keeps her smelling so good, and just looking at her and talking to her and singing to her. It's just she's golly, she just encompasses, like, everything good when I see her. But anyways, I could talk about her for a few days. Let me just share another little something with you. So when we closed out season 1 in summer, this past summer, I was using the Jesus Calling devotional by Sarah Young. I still love it. I'll pick it back up sometime. But um, at some point, I picked up a devotional I've had laying in the corner over there for a long time. I got it on sale or something, and I skimmed through it at the time. But I was going to mom's one night to stay, and I thought, well, I try to take a little something over to read while I'm over there. And I picked up this devotional that I'd had over there for a long time. And it's called Settle My Soul, 100 Quiet Moments to Meet with Jesus, a pressing pause devotional. If you know me, you know I'm a fan of practice the pause. We'll talk about that sometime. And the author's name are Karen and Ruth, and I can't pronounce either one of their last names, so I'll put it in the description or something so y'all can look it up. But I picked this up on my way to mom's. It was when things were about to get hectic. Like, I didn't realize it, but like all this stuff was going to start happening. And it was perfect. It's perfect. Okay. I'm really, really liking it. Well, I'm going to share one little devotional from it. Now, I'll get back to like having my Bibles and sharing the different versions of the verses and stuff, but this I just thought was really great, and it's something that I'm trying to be more intentional about since reading this. She talks about how to scatter unusual kindness. Unusual kindness. So she talks about the story in the Bible. It's in the book of Acts. And the verse that goes with it is Acts chapter 28, verses 1 and 2. It says, once safely on shore, we found out that the island was called Malta. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that name or not, but it's how I'm saying it. The islanders showed us unusual kindness. They built a fire and welcomed us all because it was raining and cold. So she goes on to tell about unusual kindness. And in the story in the Bible, a ship is shipwrecked on this island. And so it's raining, it's storming, it's cold. So the islanders went above and beyond, right? So they were kind, but they went ahead and took it on up, and they showed them unusual kindness. And they did that because it was raining and cold and storming outside. And the point of this, well, there's a few points, but one part I like that she brings out is she talks about The Islanders, they weren't concerned about their political views. They weren't concerned about their status in the community. They weren't concerned about their bank accounts. They were concerned about nothing. They extended kindness, unusual kindness, because it was raining and storming. They brought them in, said, "Come on, let's get you warm." They built a fire so they could be around the fire. They weren't looking at anyone's differences. They just saw people in a storm, and they were shipwrecked and they couldn't go anywhere or do anything for them. So they extended unusual kindness to them. I thought that was great. I just thought it was great. And she challenges us to scatter unusual kindness. And she talks about it is very kind to open a door for, say, an elderly person leaving the grocery store with their buggy. Very kind, yes. She talks about how unusual kindness would be, help them unload the groceries in their car and take the cart back. What? That's so great. So I just really like that. I wanted to share it with you again. It's in Acts chapter 28, verses 1 and 2. But you can read that story in there. I think it's kind of neat. And it says, she goes on to explain in here that the reasoning that the Islanders showed unusual kindness was because it was the right thing to do, because it was raining and cold and storming, right? The Islanders didn't have anything to gain from showing unusual kindness. Y'all get where I'm going with that. Okay, but anyways, I will put this. So I've been using this devotional ever since, and I like it a lot. Okay, 3 recommendations. 3. Okay, so let me just clarify this first. I was golly jeepers. Hold on, kids. Let me get a little sippy sip. Look here, the well's almost dry. When I said I needed a break, one of the things I needed a little break from was social media. I pretty much tanked that, and then finally got on track, and I set up some, they're like, I'm just gonna call them boundaries on my phone. So it shuts down at certain times at night. I turned off all my notifications. And I have time limits on how much I can be on each one. And then one day a week, I've been taking one day a week completely off of social media. I don't get on it at all. And so right now it's working for me. We'll see what the future holds, but right now it's working. With that being said, I do still TikTok some. Now, I'm not recommending TikTok. Like, if you're not on there, don't pick it up. Do not add it to your phone. Don't start it. Don't. If you are on there, there's somebody I've been following that I'm intrigued by. Now, remember, I don't know these people in real life. I don't know them. I'm just telling you their content, and I've learned a lot from it. But her name is Megan Nicole. And she is an ex-witch. Like, she was a very involved practicing witch. And she's been delivered from darkness, praise God. Now she loves God. And she's sharing her testimony and encouragement and scripture. And she's teaching me a lot of things I didn't know. And like, when I say that, people are going to be like, oh, is she teach? No, like, to be aware of certain things, and she meets it with scripture and the truth. And she's really she's beautiful too. She's a beautiful, beautiful lady. And I've just found that, I mean, fascinating, fascinating. She loves Jesus. I mean, she is sold out. So I love it. Another thing I want you guys to know about is another podcast. Well, let's talk about one podcast first. It used to be called Come Talk With Me. Now it's called It's Time to Talk About It with Maxi. So I'm putting out season 2. There's 1 episode up already, and it's me. It's about 15 minutes long, and then new episodes will come out each week on Thursdays. We have lots of cool guests on there, and you'll like it. You'll like it. I mean, it's good. So another podcast that I'm really liking, and I really, want to share it with you guys. It's called Let's Read the Gospels. It's with Annie F. Downs. I'm a fan. I went to the tour last year. Yeah. So anyways, Oh, you can't see it. Oh, that didn't work like I thought. That didn't work out. I'll put that in the description. It's called Let's Read the Gospels. Every single month she started in January. Every single month this year, she's reading Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Those are the 4 Gospels. They are in the New Testament. A wonderful place to start if you're new to the faith. Just a wonderful place to be in the Word of God at any time, but especially if you're new to the faith. But she reads them each month, and honestly, each episode's about 15 minutes. She reads a different Bible version. She's done like the NIV, the Message, New King James. She just does different ones. If there's one you don't like, you don't have to go back to another month. It's okay. But I highly recommend you guys checking that out. I actually play it like while I'm getting ready in the morning, brushing my teeth, washing my face. That's about the extent of what I do. But anyways, I have this little ice roller thing. It's just for kicks, so I don't know if it's doing anything. But yeah, so check out that podcast. Again, it's called Read the Gospels with Annie F. Downs. It's wherever you can listen to it, wherever you listen to podcasts. And my third recommendation is I'm loving anything Maverick City music right now. Whoa, let's go. They are just getting me going. They have some great songs. So those are my 3 recommendations. On TikTok, you can check out Megan Nicole. What a phenomenal testimony she has. The Gospels podcast, Read the Gospels with Annie F. Downs, and Maverick City Music, anything, all of those, wonderful. And yes, I'm still a Morgan Wallen fan. I'm still rocking on to his music. I'm still watching videos, but that's just kind of for fun. Maverick City music gets you going in the right way. Remind you who you are in Christ, who you're serving, who you're worshiping. Just it's all things right, So okay, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else? Have I forgotten anything? What do y'all think? Have I forgotten anything? Okay, so you know the drill. I would really appreciate it if you subscribe. If you are already subscribed, hit your little bell so you'll get a notification when something new is loaded, because there'll be quite a bit being loaded to this page. And please share this with your friends and check out the podcast, share it, and let's get this party started. Season 2. Here we go. And let's not forget, we're still people that go about. I don't know how clear y'all can see this. I'll give you a little tour of this soon, but we're still people that go about doing good and doing right and doing truth. Yeah, let's go. All right. We'll see you next week. Let's keep chatting.